Hey y'all, real quick before the video starts, for the first 25 minutes of this episode, my mic was not getting picked up by OBS, so you won't hear me for the first 25 minutes or so. So instead, what I'm gonna do is whenever I talk, I'm just gonna have subtitles on screen that gives you the gist of what I was saying in that moment, or I might pop in and tell you what I was trying to say. It'll be kind of weird, but just bear with it for the first part of the video, and then eventually my mic starts getting picked up by OBS, and then everything's fine. But I hope you enjoy, and I'm gonna pass it off to our guest, one of our guests, Luis. Go ahead and take it away.
I'll start. I got the intro in my head right here. I'm gonna throw them out right here.
Let's start the first topic, man.
Welcome to the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. An unbelievable slate of games. The Celtics only beat the Cavaliers by single digits. This is only the second game of these playoffs that they've had a single-digit win. Is it something to talk about? Should the Celtics be concerned? And then on the other front, you've got the Thunder coming back. They were down 8-22 in the first quarter. They come back and win. Kyrie Irving, only 11 shots, a pedestrian game for him. Is this something to be concerned about for the Mavericks? Should they be questioning their future with Kyrie Irving? Should they be looking to move on from him? This is insanity, ladies and gentlemen. And we're going to get into it tonight. We're going to talk about it. We're going to throw out all our thoughts on these two games that we just watched. This is insanity. And I got to say, my girlfriend told me to say I love her so much. Sophia, I love you so much. She told me to put this in the podcast. I got to throw it in on the intro. Sophia, I love you. You're the love of my life. I love you, baby. And I can't wait to see you tomorrow. But what an insane performance by Kyrie Irving. Only 11 shots, 4 for 11. I mean, boys, what do we think about that? 11 shot attempts for Kyrie Irving.
Should have been more.
Should have been more. Should have been a lot more. Boom. Boom. I'll be checking her phone and making sure she's subscribed. I'll be checking her phone. I mean, I'm dumbfounded. I'm dumbfounded by Kyrie.
Thank you, Luis, for that intro. This is the Hooper Soul podcast. PJ, can you introduce all the people over there? Because it seems you're not alone today.
PJ is MIA.
PJ is here.
There you go. PJ is here.
Like I'm PJ Washington. I'm here. I'm here to shoot.
Like PJ Washington, he's here to shoot, ladies and gentlemen. Shot more than Kyrie Irving tonight. That is disgusting. I'm sorry to say. And I love Kyrie as a player. I love Kyrie as a person. But it is disgusting that he only took 11 shots. PJ, take over.
I mean, what is there to say? You said 11, 4 for 11?
4 for 11.
Should have been more.
Should have been more. I'm sorry. Kyrie Irving, you go 4 for 20. You go 4 for 25. And I say, okay, he just didn't have a good night tonight. He didn't shoot well. It happens. Every player has it happen. But 4 for 11, you're shooting like a role player, Kyrie. You should be taking over.
Exactly.
I mean, we should have had a third quarter of Kyrie putting the ball up 11 shots. That should be a Kyrie Irving third quarter, let alone a Kyrie Irving full game. This is insanity.
Should have been way more.
Kyrie Irving did not have a good game, only had 9 points. Luka had 18. And I believe PJ Washington was the leading scorer. I think he had 21.
Yeah, I believe he was. And if you are the Dallas Mavericks, you are not winning a single playoff game. If PJ Washington is your leading scorer, PJ Washington, I'm sorry, that is just abysmal.
Let me look at the stats real quick.
Nobody went over 20 for the Mavericks, and yet you are still only losing by 4 points.
I'm gonna correct you on this. PJ Washington did win the last game, and he had 20 points. He was the leading scorer of that game.
You ain't winning the series with PJ Washington leading the way. I'm sorry.
PJ and Luka had 29 the game after that.
Ask the Charlotte Hornets. Ask the Charlotte Hornets how far you get with PJ Washington leading the way. You've got Luka Doncic on your team.
Yeah, that's what shows his potential. I mean, he's scoring 20, and he was getting slept on the Hornets.
He was getting slept on. I watched the Hornets play.
I actually like him. I feel like he
He's
slept
good.
on. And now that he's in Dallas averaging 20, I feel like that's what shows his potential on the fucking team.
And I agree with that point. I agree with that point, Jesus, 100%. This is Jesus, by the way. But let me reiterate what you both just said. He was slept on the Hornets. The Charlotte Hornets.
Because everyone looks at LaMelo, they look at Miles Bridges.
That's what
A
shows.
perennial 25 win squad.
He did carry that team last year, though.
To what?
But
He carried them to what, ladies and gentlemen? He carried them to what? So correct me if I'm wrong. I'm probably not even wrong. He probably carried them to what? 27 wins?
That's why I feel like that's why Dallas picked him up.
Yeah, it's a good pick.
They saw potential in him for scoring
Good
the
trade.
ball.
Potential to be a role player. Potential to play his
That's
role.
what he's doing.
And what did it get him?
I feel like you just gotta
Luka Doncic should have been the
You
leading.
can't shout out PJ because he's trying to do his job. It's the starters, the fucking people that are the face of the team that need to step
Derek
up.
White.
Exactly.
Derek White. We're gonna bring it back to Derek White then.
Airplane mode. Let's talk about him.
He's good, right?
Airplane mode.
He's a good.
He is
player.
good.
Sometimes he puts the team on top.
He
Jayson
should be
Tatum, Jaylen Brown last year in the playoffs. That .2 fucking.
Isn't this PJ's like
Derek
PJ
Jones Jr. should be putting the team on top as the third option, as the fourth option. Kyrie Irving, 11 shots. That is disgusting.
You should have had more.
Exactly. And I want to clarify. I'm not shitting on PJ Washington. I like PJ
He
Washington.
did have the ball in his hands to get. If he gave out 9 assists that game, he did have the ball in his hands to put. He could have put more.
And that is excellent. And he did a hell of a playmaking job. But Kyrie Irving, 2016, you've got what, 30 seconds on the clock? He shoots that 3 and makes it. That is what Kyrie Irving is best at.
That's what he did in the Clippers game too. That's what he did.
And that's what he should have did in the Thunder game we just watched. That is what he should have done, but he did not do it. And I want to clarify because my co-hosts, they think I'm over here downing PJ Washington, downing Kyrie Irving, or downing Derek Jones Jr. I like both of them. I like them as role players. I like them as third options. I like them as fourth options. But when you are saying that PJ Washington leads all scorers, then you are saying you are not going to win tonight. You disagree.
He did win. Mavericks did win that last game with PJ leading.
You got to bring up this. I got to see what Shea put up. I got to see what Chet put up. I got to see what Jalen Williams put up.
Chet brought 18, I think.
Or are you talking about the last game when PJ won?
Yes. And I want it on record that in that last game, Kyrie Irving put up 17 shots, not 11. Not 11, ladies and gentlemen. He put up 17 shots. And he also went 2 for 6 from 3. What did he do tonight? I want to see what did he do from 3 tonight? Last game? Tonight's game. Luka Doncic, 18 points? Triple-double, yes. Triple-double, yes.
Percentage and his 3 percentage.
He went 6 for 20 from the field, and he went 2 for 9 from 3. But I'm not going to down him for that because at least he was shooting. At least he was attempting shots. Kyrie Irving, golly, went 0 for 2 from 3. You're okay with Kyrie Irving shooting 2 threes in a playoff game?
I'm not okay with
it,
but he's
still.
still.
I feel barely shoots a 3.
But that's Shea's game.
He's a mid-range.
Shay's game is mid-range.
Kyrie doesn't really shoot 3s like that.
He kind of does. I'm not gonna.
He shoots clutch 3s, but he's not a consistent 3-point.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, you may have to give me a moment. I'm about to dig through Kyrie Irving's 3-point attempts for the last 10 games.
Look at him.
Let's see right here. Kyrie Irving, 9 points. Oh, that's what I'm expecting out of Derek Jones Jr.
You put some respect.
He went 2 for 6 in game 3.
On the 3s?
Yeah, on the 3s.
I'm telling you, you don't really shoot 3s.
Oh, and look at this game. What was it? Game 2? He went 0 for 2 from 3. They did win.
He's not a 3-point shooter.
Let's go a game before that. He went 3 for 4 from 3. 75% made, ladies and gentlemen.
But it's not rolls in the corner.
5 for 9 in the game before that. Okay, great game.
Clipper series.
1 for 7. And you may say, oh man, he only made one, but at least he shot 7.
How many games ago was that?
That was only May 1st. We are in May 13th. That was only 12 days ago. Come on, man.
Please.
Oh, look at this. The game before that. Let me get this right. 6 for 12. I'm so sorry. Not 4. 6 for 12. On the 3. I'm not saying field goal. Because field goal, he went 4 for 25, and that's what he should be doing. He should be putting up 20 shots. Ridiculous. 3 for 7 in the game before that. And they're trying. Jesus is trying to say that he's not a 3-point shooter?
He is a 3-point shooter, but he does come up in clutch moments. Those
He's
are clutch
a
moments.
clutch 3-point shooter.
And when you
gotta see the
when you lose by 4, what do you need? Clutch threes. And what do we get? None of them.
You can't expect everybody to do good. It is what it is. It's basketball. The good quiet answer is basketball.
This is true.
LeBron answer.
This is true. It is basketball. But 0 for 2. I'm disgusted.
You can look at any other players in the playoff series, and you're gonna see the same kind of.
He's not giving up Curry numbers. Curry numbers are like that.
Curry numbers are like that?
Curry could go
You think
six.
Stephen Curry went 0 for 2 from 3 in any playoff?
That's not what I'm saying. Like for shooting above 7, he's like that. He will shoot 14 shots.
But at least he shot 7.
You still gotta rewatch the whole game on how that fool was playing, bro.
That's not what I meant.
I watched the whole game. He played pedestrian.
It is what it is.
He sat and watched the ball. Take it away. Take it away, ladies and gentlemen.
That's why they gotta lock in again. They gotta redo the. Coach gotta lock in.
So we're talking a lot about the Dallas Mavericks and Kyrie Irving. Just to give credit real quick to the Oklahoma City Thunder, Shea put up 34 points. Chet had 18. Jalen Williams, J-Dub had 14. And Lou Dort had 17 while also playing really good defense.
But that's Lou Dort, ladies and gentlemen. That's Lou Dort right there.
Torture chamber.
The torture chamber. He is Andre Roberson. If Andre Roberson ever figured out how to actually shoot the ball, you're going to get these games out of Lou Dort. You're going to get these 17-point explosions out of Lou Dort. And that's why I've got the Oklahoma City Thunder winning this series. Because and he laughs and he scoffs. But I've got the Oklahoma City Thunder winning this series. They take it home in 6, ladies and gentlemen. They take it home in 6. I've seen enough.
I think.
My prediction before the series started was Thunder in 6, so I'm sticking with that. I think they'll finish it out against Dallas.
I'm staying with Dallas.
I've been on the Mavericks.
I feel like Dallas is finally gonna have that breakthrough year.
I don't think they're gonna win the chip. Respectfully,
I don't think they're gonna win either, but I feel like they're finally gonna make it.
you're gonna make
Got to hear on the podcast. My personal prediction: we will get Thunder Nuggets in the Western Conference Final. He laughs, but we will get Thunder.
You're forgetting about this team that's on the TV right now.
I said Western Conference. He points to the Celtics, ladies and gentlemen.
I thought we were talking about the finals. No.
We will
I didn't let you finish your sentence.
I promise you.
Don't get it confused.
I promise you, we will get Nuggets Celtics in the finals, and I promise you, the Celtics beat them in 6, and maybe even 5. They may beat them in 5. Go ahead and disagree. Hold on. Allow them to disagree. Allow them to argue their point.
Water, dog.
Allow them to disagree. Allow them to argue their point.
In 6? You're insane.
They said maybe even in 5, but allow them to disagree. Allow them to argue their point.
Because Jacob disagrees with this. I don't think the Celtics are winning. No one in the East is winning. Period.
Who's better than the Celtics?
Bro, there's a nugget. Bro, I even could say the Timberwolves are even better.
Now get the fuck out of here. I don't know about that one.
The Timberwolves are better than the Boston Celtics? The
You're saying
Timberwolves are better than the Boston
The
Celtics?
best defensive team in the
Oh my gosh, there's no.
The 4th best player on the Boston Celtics would be the 2nd best player on the Timberwolves right now. Drew Holiday. Maybe Derek White. Derek White would be the 2nd man on the Timberwolves right now. If Porzingis doesn't get hurt, this isn't even a conversation. We would be watching the Boston Celtics go 4-4-4-4. I'm sorry. That's just the truth. Shows you how much ball I watch, ladies and gentlemen. Anything I say that's untrue is I'm drinking from 3 cans right now, ladies and
You have to
gentlemen.
drink all of them right now, bro.
Might as well drink all of them. But you're telling me Celtics?
The Celtics win the finals. I'm sorry, they do.
I don't think the Celtics are going to win the finals, but I'm kind of a Jayson Tatum hater, so for a player of his caliber, I just think he disappears from games too often, especially in the playoffs.
And that's
I respect their
Wait,
games. I respect.
But Jayson Tatum could drop
Tatum.
14, and Jaylen Brown will have 19.
Wait.
Go ahead.
I've never heard a Jayson Tatum fucking hater.
I
I
have.
always respected that.
I have. What's your problem with Jayson Tatum, my friend Jesus Wonders?
To continue the point of Tatum disappearing in playoff games, I think that in the Eastern Conference semifinals last year against the Philadelphia 76ers, the Boston Celtics should have lost that game because Jayson Tatum played like ass.
He's trying to tell me when he's trying to share the spotlight with Brown. I feel like Tatum's playing it safe just because he doesn't want to lose Brown. So he's trying to do like 50-50 with him.
I want it on record. I disagree with that point. Jaylen Brown just signed that big contract.
No, but last year Brown wasn't doing as good because he was like, oh, who knows what the fuck this team is about. Because people were trying to play safe because everybody was saying this is Tatum's team. When Brown was like, yo, I'm trying to do this shit with you.
Good point. But one moment. Finish your point.
The only reason that they won is because Embiid and Harden choked even harder than Tatum did.
When Harden was in Philly?
Yes, when Harden was in Philly.
Harden didn't even want to play with Philly, though.
In that Game 6, when the 76ers should have put the Boston Celtics away, in an elimination game, Jayson Tatum put up 19 points, shooting 5 of 21 from the field.
This is true. And we sat and watched that game. We went out to the club after that game.
How many did
Jayson Tatum was pedestrian, and I agree with you 100%. Jayson Tatum was pedestrian until the fourth quarter.
You can't blame Tatum for Philly being trash. That's
Philly. But you can blame Tatum for being pedestrian in that game. He was pedestrian until the fourth quarter.
Even though he was pedestrian, that Philly still lost. That's on them.
Because I 100% agree with your point that Jayson Tatum has games. And in the same way that I'm dogging Kyrie,
no other fucking big player like
the same way I'm dogging Kyrie Irving for this kind of behavior.
The same way you're trashing Kyrie, you can say the same thing about Tatum. So, but I don't know why you guys are just hating on. Look, how many? How fucking many against Cleveland?
He had 33.
Get the fuck out of
He had 33 tonight.
Both of y'all can sit the fuck down
tonight. He had 33 tonight.
What about last game?
Let's look at last game. Give me one moment to look at last game.
To Tatum's credit, when it came to it in the fourth quarter, he did go off. He actually started scoring, and he closed that game out for the Celtics. But that doesn't excuse him still being 5 of 21 from the field in an elimination game.
100%. No, I agree with you 100%. And that fourth quarter explosion, I'll make the argument the Celtics didn't even need him. They kept it close and then he decided he wants to. Oh wait a minute! I'm Jayson Tatum. 100%. Our second guest left in an anger. He left in a tizzy. I agree 100%. Jayson Tatum has more than enough games to look at where you can say he was pedestrian. But I'll give him credit. At least he shot the ball 21 times. Kyrie Irving, 11 shots. Come on now. We moved on from that too quick.
You're talking about one fucking game.
Do we need to dig through Jayson Tatum's playoff history?
Bro,
we may need
to really say that about any other fucking player.
If you need another example of Jayson Tatum disappearing or not playing well in the playoffs, just look at him in the 2022 finals when he was getting clamped by Andrew Wiggins. I watched Andrew Wiggins force air balls out of Jayson Tatum.
Yep.
You guys are trying to compare Andrew Wiggins to Tatum. Ain't no fucking way.
In the playoffs?
The last time I ever heard Wiggins was good was when he was playing with Butler with the fucking Wolves. That's the last time I heard Andrew fucking Wiggins.
Did our guests just get into a coma during the Warriors' years of Andrew Wiggins?
Oh my!
Did you not watch that finals? Did you not watch 2021? I remember Wiggins being good. I remember Wiggins having a couple good games.
Only a couple. And then
The same way Tatum only had a couple good games in that finals as well.
What are you fucking talking about?
I gotta see the numbers. You making a lot of arguments, but you're not showing me numbers. You make a lot of arguments. I gotta see numbers on.
Where's Wiggins compared to Tatum? Where they at?
If you were to listen to our guest, you would think Jayson Tatum was a top 3 player of all time.
He was
But
there.
he wasn't. He wasn't.
He was there.
He was.
He was
Okay,
there.
I'm gonna be back.
I'm gonna cancel that.
Are you arguing that Wiggins wasn't shit for the work payout? Gotta say,
Hold on. I don't know.
take a breather.
I can't put him with. Bro.
No, yeah, I can't put him with Tatum. I believe that. I can't because Tatum's better.
No, 100%. No.
Tatum-
Tatum is about 2 to 3 tiers higher than Andrew Wiggins.
100%. 100%.
But that's not the argument. We're talking about performances in the playoffs,
So Wiggins
performances
did
in the
perform.
finals.
Tatum
Tatum,
did perform hella good too in that 20.
but would you not make the argument that Tatum has
Look
pedestrian?
Wiggins' performance during that whole fucking series.
Okay, we're about to
No. But you gotta pull him up.
2021
I
finals.
gotta see that.
Jacob,
I gotta see 2021. Because fuck no.
he said he was gonna use that.
Was that when KD was there?
No.
He left. Go to Wiggins first right now. During that random year that we forgot about him on that team. Oh my gosh.
18 points.
He was on that
Yes.
Who was in that team? It's the Warriors. Gary Payton the second was good for them. Gary Payton the second.
Give me a second.
Are you gonna argue you don't know who Gary Payton the second is? You're arguing the 2021 finals. You don't even know who Gary Payton the second is.
All I'm saying is that Jayson Tatum has a history of disappearing from playoff games.
And Jesus, would you make the argument that Jayson Tatum has never disappeared? Can you genuinely make the argument that Jayson Tatum has never
That
disappeared?
team still fucking won.
The team.
You can say that about any fucking star player on any fucking team.
Okay, LeBron.
He's gonna shit in the finals too.
2011. Yes, I'll give you 2011.
2011?
Just 2011. Name another finals where LeBron disappeared right now. Name another finals. And don't say 2007 because LeBron was the only reason they were there. And LeBron was the best damn player on that team at what, like 22, 23? Name another finals where LeBron James disappeared. Recently. He doesn't got a number, ladies and gentlemen. He don't got a year, ladies and gentlemen. He just got recently for us.
So I gotta think about it.
You think about it. You think about it.
How did we even get to this argument?
Before we got lost in the argument that Jayson Tatum's the greatest playoff performer of all time, I'm not sure.
Said that. Nobody said that. I just said I never heard no fucking Jayson Tatum slander.
I've heard plenty Jayson Tatum slander.
That's what I'm saying, Joe. This is the first movie that I heard.
I just don't know how you haven't heard this before. Like, this is the one gripe everyone has with Tatum. It's that he's not consistent enough in the playoffs.
This is true. I have heard plenty Jayson Tatum slander.
I haven't.
We've got lost in the weeds here.
Seen a Jayson Tatum slander?
You have truly. Do you go on Twitter?
Devin Booker slander.
No, Devin Booker has plenty of fucking slumps.
You don't think Jayson Tatum has the same level of slump? Yes, Tatum.
Where's my phone?
Tatum. You really don't think Tatum's had those kind of slumps? Oh my god.
I mean, like I said, I'm more surprised that you just haven't heard this before than the fact that we're even having this argument.
You just tune in for every good game Tatum's ever had, and when Jayson Tatum's playing bad, you're just like taking a nap or something? I want to hear first on the podcast. We have found the first man to never watch a bad Jayson Tatum playoff performance. We have finally found it, ladies and gentlemen. We have found the first man
I haven't.
to watch his basketball games, but yet has never seen a bad Jayson Tatum performance. What's crazy is we're getting lost in this conversation on a day where Jayson Tatum had a good game. 33 points, 11 boards. This was an excellent performance by Jayson.
Oh, yeah.
I thought Tatum was
He's not, but everyone has Slanders. Every fucking good player has Slander.
But when it comes to playoffs, I thought he was, you know what I'm saying? I thought he was gonna come on the shit, but I guess.
I mean, why do you think he's not in the finals every year?
I'm awestruck right now. I'm awestruck. You've never seen.
So you're saying one player depends? It's basically the whole fucking team.
You've never seen a game where you say, "Man, Jayson Tatum could have did more in this one."
Hey, I just had to be the bearer of bad news, I guess. I
You've broken his
didn't.
mind.
I didn't know it was possible
Broken his
to not
mind.
hear about this. But we've talked enough about this team.
Yes,
There's
100%. We've done enough Jayson Tatum talk.
there's a whole nother playoff series that we have not spoken one word about. The New York Knicks versus the Indiana Pacers. On this channel, we have talked up the Indiana Pacers a lot. I'm curious how you guys feel about this series.
I think that Halliburton's got to step up, and he's got to step up big. And look at, hey, I understand he got injured. Since that injury, he has not been the same player. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but he says Knicks at 6. I agree. I think that the Knicks take this series. I think that if the Pacers have any chance of stepping up, I think that Halliburton has got to figure it
Oh,
out.
they can't stop the big three on that team. They can't stop Hart. No. They can't stop fucking Brunson.
You don't have to stop Brunson. You just have. If you're the Indiana Pacers,
Last game he didn't do as well because for the same reason as you're saying, they were on that.
but if you're the Indiana Pacers are not a defensive team. They're not a team that's going to hang their hat on defense.
They're a surprising team this year because since they picked up Siakam, that's when shit started fucking moving.
But see, and before I start slandering Siakam, I don't want to slander Siakam without looking at the numbers. I was about to start talking down on Siakam. I'm sure he had a great team.
Then he was on the Raptors.
I'm sure he's doing better than Halliburton right now because Halliburton's been pedestrian.
Oh, what you mean? Halliburton just dropped like a
14 points in his last game, Siakam?
No, you said I'm talking about Halliburton. You switched it up on me.
Halliburton had 26 and 5.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm saying, since they picked Siakam up, the team has been doing this will be going in a little good direction because they're looking needed somebody else to help that team.
Siakam been Mr. On and off. Last game, 14 points. The game before that, 26, which is excellent. The game before that, another 14. I mean, damn.
The Knicks play 48 fucking minutes.
What do you
He
mean?
must be somebody suffering from OCD with a damn light switch because he's Mr. On and off, on and off, on and off. 14, 26, 14,
I think they're winning.
19, 19, 12, 13.
At the start of the series, I picked the Knicks in 6, but the injuries are really starting to pile on. Brunson's been playing hurt. Anunoby's been out for the past couple games. Randall's still out. Mitch Robinson's out. It's getting harder to keep faith in them. Jericho Sims is getting minutes. Fucking Alec Burks is getting minutes. I'm like, it's looking rough, bro. I don't know. The Pacers might bring it back because it's kind of it's tough.
Any team that's playing Alec Burks, that's given Alec Burks minutes in 2024, you are not a playoff winner.
It's rough.
If Alec Burks is checking in, he's taking his warm-up jacket off and he's going up to the scorer's table and he's saying, "I'm next." You ain't winning no series.
It's rough.
I'm sorry, you ain't winning no series. I've got Pacers in 6. Off of that information alone,
Been having Pacers in 6.
you got who?
Pacers?
You got Pacers in 6?
Been having Pacers in 6.
Oh, he's been there.
I want to believe in the Knicks,
I got Knicks.
but it's just them 48 minutes. Them 40 minutes.
Thibodeau has a proven working method of playing his guy. And we all know, if you've watched basketball, you know Thibodeau loves playing his men, and he loves playing his five. And if Thibodeau has his way, there would be no substitutions, and every man will play 48 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta say, I think I got Pacers in 6.
Been 6, yeah.
It depends if OG comes back.
Oh, one moment, Jesus disagrees. You've got Knicks in 6. You've got them winning the next 2. Do you know who's where are they playing next? Are they playing in Indiana or are they
They're
playing in New York?
back in New
In
York.
New York.
That's that home cooking.
Crazy.
That home cooking, and it's hard to win in MSG.
OG's already out for the next game. He's already confirmed out for the next game. So
I think OG gets slept on because OG's never going to be the kind of guy to fill up the stat board. He's never going to be the kind of guy to be your second leading scorer. He's never going to be the guy to be your second leading rebounder or assist. What Anunoby brings is that glue. Anunoby brings some great switch ability. Anunoby brings that. He's the kind of guy that guards your 2, 3, 4, 5. And without that, it's hard to have faith in the Knicks.
I still got faith in the Knicks.
Brunson's got to drop 40 every night. And the only saving grace, the only reason I think the Knicks are even in this series is because Halliburton just hasn't been Halliburton. It's been months.
in the last 2 games, he's definitely picked it up. I think he put up like 35 game 3, and then he said like 26 this last game. So he's picking it up. I've been giving him a little bit of leeway because it's his first playoff run. It's his first time as like the best player on a leading team. I was like, if he really is gonna be the guy, he'll take this and learn from it. He'll learn he needs to be more aggressive and all that, and he's getting there. So if he can keep it up, they'll be all right.
But I think you make a great point there. I believe that this is going to be a learning experience for the Pacers.
That's what I've been thinking. I'd never expected them to go this far. I just thought this was like, all right, just get some experience, do your thing. But then Giannis gets injured, Dame gets injured, Anunoby's injured. Now I'm like, they might be going to the conference finals, and I didn't.
They might. And
Who?
the Pacers. I think that the Celtics steamroll anybody that comes out of that series. I don't think that the Knicks have the firepower to keep up with the Celtics, and they also don't have the defense. I'm sorry, but they don't. Mitchell Robinson is Clint Capella reincarnated. I mean, you've got Jalen Brunson. I mean, okay, right here, because you're a Knicks believer. Jalen Brunson doesn't have the ball in his hand. Who do you call to shoot?
Vincenzo.
DiVincenzo.
He's been picking up for them.
DiVincenzo was a goddamn role player on the Warriors just a year ago.
But now look what he's doing for the Knicks.
Because who else is
And
there?
slacked on him? The Warriors.
I'll make this argument about DiVincenzo.
Yes, we talking about.
I'm gonna make this argument about the Knicks in general.
Golden State took an L on giving that fool away.
I do think they did take a
The Bucks had them first. The Warriors had them after.
But the Warriors, they could have developed them. It could have.
I think it only works out for the Knicks. Just because
He was probably the only hope
here,
to
look,
fucking Curry on.
it works out for the Knicks.
On the 3.
I'm gonna say
Yeah,
this.
Jordan Poole.
I don't think
Jordan Poole was a shit for that team.
Jordan Poole has proven to be
He
Jordan Poole has proven to be an empty stats guy.
he averaged 15 in the finals against the Celtics.
Bro, he's never.
That's good.
That is good
stats.
for a role player.
But that's really good for because they had Clay, they had Curry.
You want my hot take for the Knicks? That's probably not even that hot. If Julius Randle never gets hurt, I don't think that they're even here. I don't even think they get out of the first round.
If Randall is there,
With Randle playing, I don't think they get out of the first round. Have you watched the New York Knicks with Julius Randle?
See, I don't like that one.
Since
Post. Give me the ball. Let me put my back to the basket. Let me take 15 seconds off of the shot clock.
okay, but
You think that if Julius is healthy, you think that the Knicks
Is
would be...
Randall playing?
Yes.
okay, wait.
Hold on.
On DiVincenzo.
One moment.
Wait.
I feel like that team would have had they would have been a little stronger.
The only thing,
Go ahead.
the thing you have to remember, they're playing the Sixers. The person Randall would have been matched up with is Tobias Harris. So you can, if you want to pick your poison, if you want to, if you want to pick your poison,
Buckets. That would be an easy bucket.
And I'm gonna say this.
That would have been an easy bucket.
As a guest, I'll say, Tobias Harris, you are a friend of this podcast. We can't wait to see you get overpaid by the Detroit Pistons.
come
We
back
can't
home,
wait
baby.
to see you get the money that you don't deserve on the damn Pistons or the Hornets or something. Tobias Harris is washed. We all
Oh,
agree.
yeah.
We all agree. Tobias Harris. I mean,
We've been
Jesus,
saying that.
the last time I looked at Tobias and said, "Man, that's a guy that could truly be the Magic, the Clippers." You know what I
Clippers
mean?
was his best.
Don't
You could say that too because we're kind of faded a little bit.
Bro, bro, you're gonna watch this shit back and be like, God damn. Like, it's always weird being the one guy that's not drunk. or you know,
Oh God, I
Just
should have
fade.
told you to get something to drink a little bit.
it's too late. It's way too late now. It's way too late now. It's way
He's
too
ready
late.
to fight for Jayson Tatum. He's ready to box for Jayson Tatum.
I don't want to talk about Jayson Tatum anymore.
Yeah, bro, we talked about like that.
I'm over.
Pass Kyrie with Pat Tatum. We're gonna leave those there.
Okay, where are we at right now?
Let's go to a new series. Are we gonna
Let's talk about the
that?
West. Let's talk about the West.
Oh,
Let's
we're
talk
going back?
about
Okay.
Nuggets, Wolves.
I have Timberwolves.
I don't believe in the Timberwolves no more.
Okay, but
You don't. But here, look. I'm gonna bring this up just because it happened here too. Cavs Magic series.
Okay.
Bro,
Hold on.
This series
Hold on.
ever fucking watched.
It went to 7.
Hold on. Let me pause you on that. I think it was those teams they could only win at home because Magic only won at home 3 times. Cavs won at home 4 times.
Mm-hmm.
This could be the same thing, but the opposite.
Wait,
Nuggets hasn't won.
Didn't Mitchell miss like 2 of those games? Or did he miss
He
the
played.
recent 2 of those?
He only missed this game.
Yeah, he's only missed the Celtics. He's played the full Magic series. So you believe that the Wolves that the Wolves
But I'm not saying it's
Nuggets.
gonna go to 7. For me, originally I had him at 5.
Okay, I didn't expect them to go to Game 7 because I thought Cleveland was always a better team than Orlando.
Yeah.
Cleveland should have took Orlando off of the match. Yeah, it should have went to 5 at
It
most.
should have been.
man, fuck that series. Get back
What
to
else?
the point.
Back to the point what I was making is okay, Nuggets, they couldn't win at home.
Mm-hmm.
Timberwolves couldn't win at home.
This is true.
Well, let's say the Nuggets lose again at home, and then the Timberwolls that would be the 7.
I feel like it's so hard.
So let me get this straight.
So then Timberwolves would win at 7. That was my theory for Magic,
Let me.
that winning at home. Now they can't win at home. No one's winning at home.
So you have more faith in the Minnesota Timberwolves
Yes.
with Anthony Edwards.
Yes. I
And
had
then,
faith in them last year.
and then
You guys left those games early because they were quote unquote blowouts. Anthony Edwards, he won, I think, 2 games.
uh-huh.
Maybe 1 game
Okay.
for sure. I know 1 game.
Only
was-
one. Definitely not 2. Definitely not 2.
But I knew he was going to come up.
Okay, you know what I'm hearing? I'm hearing no other names except for Anthony Edwards.
There's Anthony Edwards. I fucking hate Cat. And if people who are watching the podcast, they know I don't like Cat.
Cat had some good games in that series too. Don't get me wrong.
In the
That's some good
playoffs,
games.
in the Suns, he had good games.
Mm-hmm.
I always discredit Cat, especially because of this game when he had 62
So who
points.
do you credit
against
on the
Warriors.
Minnesota Timberwolves
It's-
besides
it's-
Edwards? Besides Edwards, who do you credit?
For defense, there's
No,
McDaniels.
This was talking about offense. We know they're the number 1 defensive fucking team.
This is true.
This was talking about.
We know
Name
this.
other.
Who do you pass? Okay, I'm
besides
Anthony Edwards.
And
I'm Anthony Edwards. And oh my God, I'm getting double teamed. Shit, I gotta pass it out. Who do I
Yeah.
pass to?
Yeah, that's the Cat.
Okay, and what does Cat do with it?
besides
He can
Cat, it's
shoot it.
Conley.
Yeah,
And
he
not
can
Green.
shoot it.
I gotta look.
He's a solid.
Okay, no. You want to know what the unironic answer is to who Ant is passing to? It's Mike
Who?
Conley. It's Mike Conley.
Exactly.
This is this is 100% true. No, I agree
I was
100%.
gonna say that, but he usually moves the ball around.
He is a playmaker at heart.
Are you?
So then who?
His last-
So then Conley gets it. Conley gets it.
Why try to shoot the 3? It's probably Conley.
And Conley is a good shooter. I will admit.
That's not on the 3. You're gonna give it to Conley. But
His
Wait,
last
but-
game, he took the worst shot ever.
I think
Never
that
seen
you.
him take a bad shot.
that's one game, bro. You
Bro.
go like.
They were up what 5 points?
You
He
are-
chucks a 3, crazy,
It's hard to
stupid
keep it
shot.
against Denver, bro.
When you are playing the defending champs
Yes.
and you've got them down 0-2, you've got to put them to bed on your home court. If you allow because right now the series is 0-0. The series is 0-0.
Paul said, teams are struggling to win at fucking home.
But when you are playing the defending champs with, I'm just gonna say a hot take, I don't care, the best player in the league in Nikola Jokic.
Yeah.
And you are playing one of the best Robins to a Batman in Jamal Murray. It's tough. It's impossible to stop him.
That's what I'm saying. So what do you
It's impossible to stop him. You're not going to stop Jokic. But when you are playing the defending champs, if you do not put them to bed on your home court and you go back to Denver, mind you, as we speak, Anthony Edwards probably has an oxygen mask on his face right now, getting used to that Denver altitude. You got faith that the Wolves put him away?
I have faith to put the Wolves. No one's stopping Ant either. It's okay. It's Jokic. No one's stopping Jokic. He does a lot of amazing shit.
Yes.
No one's stopping Ant though.
This is true.
Who else? I mean, yes, you have Jamal Murray, but what has he done?
And then you've got Contavious Caldwell-Pope. You've got Michael Porter Jr. Oh, you laugh at KCP, but KCP is
put games away.
He is a hell of a role player. Michael Porter Jr. is one of the best offensive players in the league.
Just takes that shit up.
And then it goes in.
But it is what it is.
You've got, I'm going to say it right now, you've got one of the best role players in Christian Braun.
I think it's wild.
What do you say?
He said Christian Braun is washed.
Washed?
Christian Braun is like 24.
He's still young. He still has time to develop, but he's not good this series. He's not good.
Christian Braun's been on the Nuggets his whole life.
He's not good in this playoff run so far. The only game that he's been good is the last game.
And what they do, they won.
What do you expect? It's hard to stop fucking Denver. No one ever expects the fucking Temps to sweep them. That's like, if you thought that was some shit that's gonna happen, that's just
it's a hard sweep team, but
I didn't think the Wolves were gonna get to 0-2. I didn't think they were gonna go up 2-0. But here they are.
So you can't be surprised.
I had them at 5.
I wasn't surprised when the Nuggets came by. It is what it is. It's
I know. I think
the Nuggets win the next 4.
They had to,
the next 4.
Well, they've already won 2 of the next 4, and now they've only got to win 2 more.
They haven't won at home yet.
And I think they're gonna win at home this run.
Haven't won at home yet.
Here's what I'll say. Okay, here. Here's what I'll say. I think that after the Nuggets got the brakes beat off them at home, game 2, they came out. Game 3 beat the brakes off the Timberwolves at home. The team looked, just eye test alone, the team looked completely different. Jamal Murray looked way better. Jokic looked way more confident. Everyone just looked better. And if that's the team we get again, then they can win at home. They can win at home.
Yes, then we win in 6.
Here, I'm gonna pause Jacob again because this is weird as fuck. Friday was game 3. Game 2 was Monday. They had 5 4-ish days. Why did they need that long? Why did they need that long to fucking have a break? Fucking every other game has been 2 days. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Monday. I need to.
There's no more.
Come on.
I'm pretty sure. I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure that it's just so that all the like game 2s and game 3s and 4s were like lined up correctly. Because if the Nuggets series kept going, like the series could potentially already be over. And then whoever wins that gets like a 2-week break until the next series. Then it's like, okay, why does that team get to wait for that long?
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Why did they have the break?
That's I just told you why. I just told you.
I get. No, here, look.
Yeah,
I get
to line up.
Well, they didn't need that break. Why didn't they just start and wait?
I'm gonna throw it all the way back in this conversation.
Okay, go.
Because our friend Jesus mentioned Rudy Gobert missing a game, which he did. Yeah. He missed a game where the Timberwolves blew out the Nuggets.
He did.
He is a non-factor. He is a non-factor. What is he doing to Jokic?
Defensively.
Oh, defensively, what is he doing to Jokic? Because all Gobert brings to the table is defense. So what is he doing defensively to Jokic?
You see, sometimes you gotta risk playing offense, play defense, bro.
Jokic out here, oh my God, Jokic out here getting 30, 11, and 8. Jokic out here throwing it behind his head and shit, and he's got Gobert looking stupid.
So is every other center, bro, in the fucking league. It's hard to stop that, man.
But exactly, Jokic is Gobert is a non-factor. Gobert's best thing that he brings to the table is paint defense, and he ain't stopping Jokic. And when the best player on the team you're playing, which is why I've got the Nuggets beating the Wolves.
I don't.
Nobody's stopping Jokic.
I don't.
And all Jokic needs is one of his guys to have a breakout game, and Murray's up for the task, Porter's up for the task. In how many games?
It has to go to 7 now.
It has to go to 7.
I had him at 5.
So you've got Wolves in 7? You've both got what? Jacob, what do you have?
I've had Nuggets in 7 from the jump. If it ends up being 6, then whatever. But I've been saying the Nuggets for forever, so I'm not changing that.
I'll put it on concrete. Nuggets in 6.
It's how the fuck are you not gonna say nothing? I get it.
We're not going to 7. We're not going to 7. You got the defending champs on the ropes. You've got them on the ropes. Oh, you're up 2-0 on the defending champs. You're going home and you can't put it away on your court. Hell, you can't even split the home series with them.
That shit happened.
Who else?
All right.
Who else lost at home after having the defending champs on the ropes 2-0?
I say when LeBron did it 3-1 against fucking Warriors.
Okay, that's a good one. I'll give you a
They
problem.
lost.
There's LeBron James on the Minnesota Timberwolves right now. Who on the Timberwolves is LeBron James equivalent?
Another team who's fucking lost at home. The Warriors lost twice.
To who?
Cleveland.
In 2016?
Did they lose twice at home?
Did they lose twice at home?
Yeah, they did.
They had the best record. They were 7-3-9.
So the Minnesota Timberwolves are the 2016 Cavaliers?
We're saying they're not the only team to lose.
They're not 3-1.
And I understand that. I understand that. But you think Anthony Edwards, like, I love Anthony Edwards. He's a hell of a player. And I think in 2 years, when we're talking, we're going to say, man, you remember Anthony Edwards losing that series and that's what kicked off that dynasty? That I can agree with. But I don't think this is their year. I don't. I don't think. You think they're going all the way to the finals? You think they're going to win the finals?
Here, look. I respectfully, I had them losing to the Suns. I had them losing to the Suns.
It's hard to say.
But from that game,
depends if they beat the Nuggets or not.
They ain't beating the Nuggets, ladies and gentlemen. They're not beating the Nuggets. We'll come back. I'll come back special guest the episode after the Nuggets beat them.
Fucking once I see Jokic just fucking go home miserable. As always.
Wait, what?
It took his ass. That's a fucking great hilarious like that just bro. They're like, bro, go home. You finally lost. Thank God. Let me see another team win.
What the fuck?
Back to back.
Oh, miserable.
I think. Well, for one, I've got the Celtics winning the finals, so I think this is all for naught. I don't think it matters who comes out of the West. I think that the Celtics win.
Real quick to wrap this up. To wrap this conversation up.
wait, we're missing one more.
No,
Wait,
hold
did we
on,
do
hold
the
on.
next round?
We did Knicks Pacers. We did.
I don't want to talk about the
yeah, we
Celtics
did
Cavs. That shit is over. That shit's over. Real quick.
Yeah, with Donovan Mitchell. Yeah.
Real quick.
Yeah,
To
3-1.
speaking on Anthony Edwards, since he's clearly the offensive powerhouse on that team. He played 45 minutes and 20 seconds last game. In those minutes, the Timberwolves outscored the Nuggets by 5. In the 2.5 minutes Anthony Edwards was sitting on the bench, they lost by 13 points. So if
Without Anthony Edwards or nothing.
If Anthony Edwards is not playing 48 minutes, it might be rough.
You can say the same thing about Jokic.
But
You think Jamal Murray's in the career?
Can you please,
I don't think that- Jacob, could you please do us a favor and bring up those same numbers for Jokic?
Jacob, could you please do us a favor and bring up those same numbers for Jokic? Jacob, could you please do us a favor and bring up those same numbers for Jokic?
I don't think that.
Jacob, could you please do us a favor and bring up those same numbers for Jokic?
Oh, when he's off the bench.
When he's not playing,
Because I want to prove that the Nuggets are a well-oiled machine. Because I want to prove that the Nuggets are a well-oiled machine.
I want to
Give me
see
1
those
second.
fucking numbers, dog.
The Nuggets are a well-oiled machine.
If you take off Jokic,
Behind Jokic,
Just get ready for it.
The motherfucking oil rig.
Just get ready for it. The Nuggets.
You're gonna send Jamal Murray?
They go back.
Yes.
Yes.
25, bro.
Okay, let's talk about the Lakers series. Murray has
Your son. I'm sorry, Paul.
Murray has a bad game all day, and then what does he do? He makes two of the most clutchest shots I've ever seen in my life. He hits a game winner. He hits a buzzer beater. Who on the Timberwolves hits a buzzer beater to win?
yeah.
Besides Ant, because Jokic didn't do it, Murray did it. His guy did it.
Cat could do it.
Conley's done it
Conley
before
could do it.
41-10.
With the Grizzlies,
I'm
Conley was one hell of a player,
yes.
but he was also 3 years younger.
And the only two clutch shooters I remember was Ricky Rubio and Mike Conley shooting clutch shots.
Do we forget that Conley spent time on the Jazz?
He did miss that game shot. He did miss that good game shot.
Okay,
That's when
I have the stats. I have the stats.
Oh, Jokic when he's not playing? How
Yes.
they do it?
So in 39 minutes, Jokic went +3. In the 9 minutes without Jokic, the Nuggets were +4.
Thank you, Jacob, so much for proving my point that against the Wolves, who you're arguing are going to come back and beat them.
They are.
They will.
They won't. They will not. I'm sorry. It would be fun to see the Timberwolves in the Western Conference Final. It would be fun, but that's not what we're getting.
We'll see, though.
We will get Thunder Nuggets in the Western Conference Final. And then in the Eastern Conference Final, we will get Pacers Celtics. And then we will get Pacers. No. We will get Celtics Nuggets in the finals. And the Boston Celtics will beat the Denver Nuggets in 6 games. And I'm saying it right now, so it'll be online. It'll be ready to be viewed.
I don't think any East team wins against any West team.
No,
In the finals?
You don't think the Celtics beat the Mavericks? You don't think the Celtics beat the Thunder?
In
you
the
don't think
finals?
Yes, in the finals.
I don't think they could beat Denver. I don't think they could beat the Timberwolves for damn fucking sure.
You don't think that they beat the Timberwolves?
Yes.
Anthony Edwards on the Celtics right now is a second option.
Bro. The Timberwolves the best defensive play. The defense.
The Celtics are an excellent defensive team as well.
They are, and I'm not discrediting that, but if they're not the best defensive team.
But they're damn sure at number 2 or number 3, depending on where you're viewing them.
If the Celtics were playing in the West, that would be a different story.
Boston, like you said, Boston wants to give up points, too.
I'm going to say, if the Celtics were in the West, they'd be the first seed.
On top of that,
Jacob, you watch the regular season.
That's a whole nother
The
debate.
Celtics were excellent in the regular
That's
season.
a whole nother debate.
Excellent. They displayed excellence in the regular season.
He said the same thing about when the Warriors were in their prime, and guess what? They still fucking lost. In
2016.
Perfect record.
still
losing the championship.
Yeah, and who were they playing? LeBron James, the greatest basketball player ever.
Shit.
But in the playoffs, I'll even make the argument that even in the playoffs that the Celtics run through the West if they're in the West. If the Celtics were in the West, we would be seeing the same level of excellence right now.
Or since like
right now. You want to go behind, years back? Of course they weren't that good because they didn't have Drew Holiday. They didn't have Kristaps Porzingis is hurt.
Okay,
but they didn't have Kristaps Porzingis.
Drew Holiday's not that good in the playoffs. I had that. Okay, here, hold on. I had that proven to me.
Okay, I gotta do this now.
Because I got a Bucks fan on the pod. I co-host. Jacob.
Didn't Holiday win?
He didn't win, but he didn't do good in the playoffs.
So let me just say this. So NBA championship winning Drew Holiday wasn't that good in the playoffs?
Not on
Can you
offense.
take
Not on
That's
offense.
why.
Not on offense.
Not on
Not
Thank
on
you.
offense.
Offensively,
But on defense, he was great.
I think he averaged like three steals.
But he wasn't good
He
as an
did not.
offensive player.
Hey,
When have you ever relied on Drew Holiday to be a great offensive player? The Pelicans?
Pelicans, for sure.
The Pelicans? With Anthony Davis in his prime?
We have Rajon Rondo speaking about that live on his own podcast. We have players speaking on that. When they had Boogie, when they had AD, they're like, Drew Holiday, you don't have to do anything but score on offense and play defense.
But play defense. Defense. The other side of a basketball game.
Yeah.
Where Drew Holiday is excellent.
Here's what I'll say. Because PJ brought up that PJ brought up that I had to show him Drew Holiday's offensive flaws in the playoffs. In his 3 playoff runs with the Bucks, he shot 30% from 3, which was pretty terrible. But to his credit, he was taking 6 to 8 threes a game. Now he's only taking 4.5. So I think in this environment where he doesn't have to score as much, I think it's much better for him. But I'll never forget the bricks he laid when Chris Middleton got hurt.
And he laid plenty of bricks for the Bucks, but this ain't the Bucks, baby. This is the Boston
Celtics. There's scores on the team.
Exactly, which is why they would run through the West. They would run through the East. If we had a fucking North, they would run through the North. If we had a fucking South, they'd run through the South.
You don't want people from Boston in the South. That's dangerous. That's dangerous.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we've covered all the playoff series. I think we didn't agree on a single one of them, and that's okay. But one other thing happened yesterday. I do want to bring it up because it just happened. The NBA draft lottery. We have the official draft order, and somehow the Atlanta Hawks have jumped from 10 to 1.
Yes, they're the first round pick. Ladies and gentlemen, you're getting it here first. Trae Young will not be an Atlanta Hawk next year.
There you go. He knows.
100% Trae Young will not be. If they've got to trade Murray or they've got to trade Young.
All right, that's another topic we can. Where would he go?
I don't think he goes to the San Antonio Spurs. I know that's the popular opinion, but he doesn't go there. I think that when you look at team, who needs a point guard right now? Obviously, the Spurs are the favorite pick. The Spurs don't have a point guard. I mean, they've got who? Tyus Jones' brother playing?
Oh, Trey Jones, yeah.
Yeah, they've got Trey Jones playing point guard.
He should have been starting point guard, though, the whole time.
Who, Trey Jones? Yeah, but they were doing that. They were tanking. They were tanking when they put Sochan at point guard.
What's the stupidest?
Number 3?
The Rockets got number 3, baby!
Rockets fan in the building.
Houston Rockets fan right here in the building, ladies and gentlemen. We've got the 3rd pick. And you want to know who we take with that one? I don't fucking know because I haven't kept up with the draft.
So there's one guy. There's one guy, Donovan Clingan. He's a rim protecting big. Is that is that a kind of person you're looking at? You're looking for?
I think that we need a backup 5, and that would be excellent for us, because obviously, listen, Sengun is not gonna. His part in the team will never be questioned. Sengun is the best player on the team. You've got Jabari Smith. His part will not be questioned on the team. We just gave Dylan Brooks that big deal. He's not getting questioned. 2, you've got Jalen Green. I mean, I thought that we were going to move on from Jalen Green. We obviously didn't. He played excellent in that 12-game win streak.
He's a Houston player.
I don't think he's a Houston player for life, but I think he's the kind of Houston player that'll be there for the second contract. Point guard. I'm sorry, but I don't think that Fred VanVleet's job is as secure as people think. If you break down that deal, it's really only a 2-year deal because
it's a crazy deal too.
But it's really not. We gave him a 3-year deal
for $44 million.
But when you look at the guaranteed money, and we can cut him in the 2nd year and it wouldn't hurt us. I like that pick. I'm a Chargers fan. I've been keeping up with the NFL draft way more than I've been keeping up with the NBA draft. 100%. I think that Sarr goes number 1.
Yeah.
7'1" center from France. I think Sarr goes number 1. I think that Wemby has paved the way for France guys to be taken serious and to be looked at as true generational players. If Ron Holland is at number 3 and we skip on him, I'll be upset. I like Cam Whitmore. I like Dylan Brooks, but Ron Holland, hell of a prospect. You take best player available.
But that's good.
Hey.
100%.
And if anybody out there wants to learn more about all these upcoming draft prospects, right here on this channel, we're going to be doing draft prospect videos. So hit subscribe. Hit subscribe for that. And, just
I'm going to say one thing. For your team, I feel like they should get this guy, Montez Uzuli. I was telling you about him earlier. I feel like he's a perfect fit for your team.
G League Ignite, right?
For the Rockets fan. He's from Ignite. 6'11", and he's a good floor spacer.
Let's talk about G League Ignite. Oh, hold on. Jalen Green. Jalen Green's okay. Name another guy from G League Ignite.
That's on your team?
That's just in the league right now.
Jalen Green came from Ignite?
Yes. But name another
Honestly,
guy.
I did not know that.
You can go Scoot Henderson. And one thing I'll give Scoot is that point guards take longer to really show themselves as great players.
He played better when he had them goggles on like he's Kareem.
I think that Scoot Henderson is going to be I think that Scoot Henderson is going to be a starter, but I don't think Scoot Henderson is going to be a star. Name another guy from G League Ignite. There's a reason why that team's getting disbanded this year. Nobody from G League Ignite ever pans out.
What team did Amen and Asor came from?
Overtime. They didn't even play in college.
Yeah, in that same fucking league, right?
No, they played in Overtime Elite. That's a whole different league.
The fuck?
Asar and Amen played in Overtime Elite. I don't think that Overtime Elite is gonna. I think Overtime Elite's is not gonna be around in 4 years, but they didn't come from G League Ignite. So give me another guy from G League Ignite.
You got somebody? I don't got nobody.
I don't even watch the G League.
I don't watch that shit.
Ignite don't produce players. They don't. Besides Scoot and Jalen, name me another the third guy, Jacob. Can you name me a guy from G League Ignite?
No.
Exactly. There's no reason to trust G League Ignite. You're taking these high school kids, you're putting them in the G League. It's not working. There's a reason why that thing is getting disbanded. The whole idea is getting disbanded. You've got NIL in college, so kids are going to get paid.
But if it works out for this draft, though, let's say the guy that I'm mentioning to you that apparently has comparisons to Jaren Jackson Jr. works out for the Rockets.
Ben McLemore had comparisons to Kobe Bryant.
That's a stupid one. What the fuck?
But that is who he had comparisons to. Andrew Wiggins was supposed to be Canadian Kobe Bryant. Like, I don't want to hear comparisons because
that's Air Canada.
Who the fuck was saying that?
Scouts, go back to the Andrew Wiggins draft.
Them fools were smoking.
Why do you think Andrew Wiggins was worth Kevin Love? Do you remember Kevin Love on the Timberwolves, a double machine? The kind of guy that give you 20 and 20?
He did do good in his first season. When they had Cat, he didn't do that well.
They did well, and how many wins did they have in 2016?
Well, they started to fall apart after they picked up Jimmy too.
I need to use the bathroom. But y'all go ahead and discuss how many wins did the Timberwolves have
before Jimmy?
Before Jimmy, when it was just Wiggins and Cat.
Oh, that team was bad. That's why that team left.
It's because no one had the dog in them.
Exactly.
Like,
Jimmy didn't come in until 2018, so they had 3 years before him.
No, wasn't he on Philly?
No, he went to Philly after.
I'm gonna take a wild guess and say that we did not come up with a third G League Ignite player.
I looked him up. I looked him up, but it was no one of note.
The Bulls franchise? You mean the Michael Jordan years plus whatever the hell you want to
save that for off-season? But I was like saying the only reason he brought up how Kobe White is the better player than Zach LaVine. In a sense, right now he is.
Yes,
in a sense,
I agree.
But
that's the first one, dog.
We've got an agreement. We've got an agreement on the podcast tonight, baby.
But The only reason why those Bulls teams were good is when Lonzo Ball was playing, and I've said it before.
He's just a good playmaker.
He knew how to make it even for DeMar and Zach LaVine to get hot.
Who, Kobe?
Lonzo.
Lonzo will never play another. And I hate to break your heart. I hate to break your heart, but Lonzo's never playing another basketball.
I had a jersey at work for the Lakers games.
Lonzo will never play another game of basketball.
You don't think so?
No.
I think he will.
He's got degenerative knees. He's got Brandon Roy knees. They're done.
He'll play a couple games.
Damn.
Like Penny Hardaway, he played a couple games. He'll play a couple games like Penny.
A couple.
Yeah, Penny on the Suns.
Yeah. Even though it's not that good.
Were you looking at me and say, oh my God, he had 14 points in it? That's excellent.
How old is
I was gonna
Lonzo
keep
now?
this for the
Like
offseason.
25, 26?
He's young as fuck. But then
We might as well consider this the off season. I mean, my team's done. Your team's done. Who do you cheer
I
for?
don't cheer for nobody.
He don't cheer for nobody, so he's done. Jacob, who do you cheer for?
I got favorite players.
I guess the Bucks.
So then we're all done. So we're pretty much all in the off season now.
Hey, I'm about to grind on these prospect videos. So it is almost that time.
yeah, me too.
Tune in because all our teams are done. So all we can talk about
Real
is
quick.
the draft. And
Real quick.
I have Louis back.
Yeah.
Louis needs to come back.
Real
You
quick.
need to come back.
Come back.
Atlanta jumping from 10-1. If this happened last year, the Mavericks would have Victor Wembanyama. Just to put it into perspective of what could have been.
What
10
we
to 1 is-
witnessed was the
10-1 is
Go ahead.
crazy. That's all.
What we witnessed was the first ever not rigged NBA draft. There's nobody. Next year's Cooper Flag, right? Next year's going to be the Cooper Flag draft. Last year was the Victor Wembanyama draft. Who's number one
For this year?
for
It's
this
just-
year?
It's just Sar.
You haven't even heard of good
Sorry.
players.
It's
I mean,
just Sar.
but it's going to be Sar.
It's
We all
just
know it's
Sar.
going to be Sar.
It's just
But
Sar.
Sorry, you
what
said
is Sar going to be? Rudy Gobert at most.
everyone was saying that about Wembanyama though.
Saying that about Wembanyama.
No,
They
people-
had
people knew
Wembanyama
better.
on NBA TV,
People
man. They
knew
had his
better.
France
People knew
game.
better.
There's a lot of NBA players that were saying he's gonna be like Wembanyama, just being a tall big that could block shots in the paint.
And there was a lot of players on the Cavs that were talking smack about LeBron.
But that's different. That's 2003.
And it's 2023, and they were talking smack about Wemby. Why? Because they're afraid of him.
Think about it. 7'3" dribbling like that and shit. Shooting
They
threes
would-
consistently. Who's not gonna talk shit about any player?
Exactly.
They're gonna say something
That's
about
talking
some
shit about him
prospect.
being like, oh, he's the next Bol Bol, basically. That's
But look where Bobo's at.
That was just haters.
Bol Bol
Though.
should be-
That was
should
just
be playing.
haters. No one
That
that
should be played.
He should be playing more minutes.
Bobo? You don't like Bobo? Damn.
Who do you think Bobo is? Who do you think Bobo is?
He's like a
I feel like if you would have gotten more of a chance, then you would have could have been like, okay, maybe Bobo could have been something.
when he plays minutes, he does good. He does pretty good.
Did he not play like 20 minutes a game for the Magic?
Who
He had to play starting center.
Why would you start a guy like Bobo? Bobo's more worried about his.
I never said started him.
Bobo is more worried about the fit that he wears into the arena than he ever has been about basketball. Bobo's too busy hanging out with Ian Connor and trying to be a fashion guy than he's ever been about being a good basketball player.
He would be a good basketball player. You just got to give him a little bit of minutes. The Lakers, they played the Lakers bench more than Bobo has been in the game.
Jacob, what year is Bobo in right now?
I'll check for you.
No,
I'll check
that's
for you.
not true.
I'll check for
You-
you.
I gotta say fifth.
Really?
He was
Okay, I didn't know that.
He got drafted by the Nuggets, and then he went to
remember that.
he went to the Magic.
We're in year 6 of Bobo, but Jacob, please confirm that.
Way? Really?
Yeah,
just played his
on
fifth.
the-
He just played his
he was
fifth.
starting.
He just
He
played
just played
his
his
fifth.
fifth.
What?
I didn't know.
Damn.
This ain't the NFL. This ain't the NFL. You don't get 5 years of development. You
Damn.
don't. Yeah, exactly. He's been here 5 years.
He should be playing more though.
Bro, who? Bro, who? Who needs Bobo right now? Who needs Bobo right now?
Okay, now I'm on this one side.
Yeah.
That one.
Who
The
needs
second
Bobo?
one, dog?
Exactly. Hey,
On the Suns, no one on the bench was playing. Bol Bol didn't even get to play those playoff games, even garbage minutes.
So the Suns. You've got the starting center is old boy from
That's another franchise you can get
the
into.
Trailblazers.
Nurkic.
There you go.
Mhm.
Who's the bench 5 for the Suns?
Is it Jock Liddell or is he on your team?
No, Jock Liddell's with us.
Bench.
Yeah, who's their bench 5?
Fucking.
No,
They don't really have. I mean, Drew Eubanks, Royce O'Neal. He's not even a center.
I'm gonna argue that Drew Eubanks is better than Bol Bol right now. You disagree? Then disagree. Then argue it. Then argue. Yeah,
he scored more.
Argue that Drew Eubanks is worse than Bol Bol.
He has more minutes.
You watch highlights of Bol Bol and you say, "Oh my God, Bol Bol."
I didn't watch highlights. How was this game?
All 6 minutes that he played,
bro. Like you said when he played those 20 minutes on the Magic when he was a center.
And what did he do in those 20 minutes?
He did score a good amount of points and he got some rebounds.
What is a good amount of points and what is a good amount of rebounds?
Maybe like 10 and 5 for bench. Like he had to step up for Wendell Carter Jr. when he was injured.
Yes,
he had to step up.
This is true.
Because you don't even get no fucking minutes, and then you put him into starter for no fucking reason.
And what did he do when he started? What did Bol Bol do for
I don't
Magic
think he should start, but when that Sun series was happening, Katie's tired sliding Bol Bol. He is basically like a lower class Bol Bol. He's like underneath MPJ.
Who's lower class Bol Bol?
No, underneath KD, like lower class KD. Like
Kevin Durant? You say that Bol Bol's only a tier below Kevin Durant?
Not tier below, but like
even to put Bol Bol even with
to even say the word Kevin Durant and Bol Bol in the same sentence is insane.
Bro, the things that Bol Bol does on the court.
What does he do besides that one goddamn highlight of him on the Nuggets when he hit that 3 and he put it between the legs?
I'm talking about Magic games when he actually did play those games. Yeah, I see what you're talking about. I know those highlights that you're talking about on the Nuggets when he had those garbage ass minutes.
I think Wemby's just a better Bol Bol.
Wemby is not a better Bol Bol. Wemby is an excellent Bol Bol.
No.
Wemby's Wemby.
Wemby, thank you. No, Jacob, thank you. Wemby is Wemby.
I remember when Bol Bol was dribbling the ball.
He could dribble the ball.
But Bol Bol was like...
He can dribble the ball for 2 possessions. Literally, y'all go ahead and talk. I'm about to bring up Bol Bol.
No,
I'm about to bring up Bol Bol.
I already have the stats. I already have them. All right. Now, when he was in Orlando, in all games, he put up 9 and 6. But when he was a starter, he put up 12.5 and 7 rebounds.
What were his shooting splits?
I can't get him from when he was just a starter, but for the whole season he was 54% from the field and 26% from 3.
He's a center.
He's Wemby.
Bro.
No. We're saying I literally said Wemby's no. Wemby's a better Bol Bol because I remember when Bol Bol was dribbling the same type of way.
So you two think that Bol Bol gives a fuck about basketball?
No.
He could.
Thank you.
He could.
No.
The fuck? He's not playing no fucking minutes.
You think that Bol Bol gives a fuck about basketball?
He's not playing minutes because he's not trying.
He's not.
The coach is not putting him in.
Thank you. Third agreement of this podcast.
They got Frank Vogel as their coach. We had Suns.
A defensive-minded coach. A 7'2" lanky guy like that should be eating with a defensive coach like Frank Vogel. But he's not. Why? Because he thinks he's fucking 6'2".
He should be playing then. We had Suns fans on our podcast talk about why they don't like Frank Vogel and why they don't play the bench players. They got bench players on those teams that should be playing minutes.
I'll disagree with that, but I don't think their bench is very good. I don't think their bench is very good. Their bench in the playoffs was Josh Okogie, Nazir Little, Eric Gordon, and then all the bump. Drew Eubanks wasn't even getting minutes.
Friend of the podcast, Eric Gordon, ladies and gentlemen. We love Eric Gordon around here. And I'll defend Eric Gordon until the day I die.
Better than Bradley Beal.
Wait, who did you say?
Bradley
He-
Beal. I said Bradley Beal. I always,
He
like to play.
he
To
hates
play.
he hates Bradley Beal. You have to
I
understand.
play.
He
I
hates
hate
Bradley
Bradley Beal
Beal.
with a passion. What can he do besides score? He hasn't done it the whole damn season.
Who do you think is better than Bradley Beal right now? Please
There's
repeat.
so many players.
No, 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 no. Please repeat who you think is better than Bradley Beal.
There's non-All Stars.
No, 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 no. On the Suns, please repeat that again. Eric Gordon is better than Bradley
I
Beal.
feel like he can. Oh, there's Grayson Allen. Done so much for
You
the Suns.
think that Grayson Allen
Done
is a better player than Bradley Beal in 2024?
Done so much for the Suns. Oh, Bradley Beal.
Okay, done so much for the Suns. What has
Pull up Allen's stats.
Grayson Allen done for the Suns?
He's done. He has big time games where he has good.
Which big time game?
There's a lot.
Which
Of,
one?
there's a lot of
He's about to
them.
figure it out.
There's a lot of Grayson Allen big time games.
He's about
Bro.
to figure it out.
Grayson Allen always been filling in his spot ever since. Bro, Bradley Beal.
Wasn't Bradley Beal out?
His-
Grayson Allen was the starter.
Exactly.
And what
Bradley
did Grayson
Beal-
Allen do in those minutes?
Bradley
We
Beal
about to see.
is only good for missing games.
Jacob, can you please bring up every time Grayson Allen scored 20 points? Matter of fact, bring up every time Grayson Allen scored 18 points.
Bradley Beal in his last game when he was talking
I would
shit.
argue if Bradley Beal didn't miss almost half of the fucking season, maybe he would have developed better on that team.
This is true.
Maybe. That's maybe.
Because low key, they
You know
just
that-
signed him and they rushed him. He got injured. So
Exactly. This is
It
true.
was not.
And
it
he
wasn't
came back
really
for like
chemistry.
3 games and got injured again. How many games did Booker, Durant, and Beal play together?
Not a lot.
Exact.
We're watching the Nets play out all over again.
Oh, that's funny you say
God,
that.
that's another
I even said how
franchise.
the Suns is basically the Nets, but just scoring. There's no like the only defensive players Devin Booker and KD.
The Nets have good defense? But
But
you looking at
but,
Claxton? Who was defending on the Nets?
with KD. Oh my god, the way how you're acting like this, KD. It's like
He was defending on the Brooklyn Nets in 2022, 2023?
you could say that about KD, and it's like it's crazy because like it's like saying Steph Curry
Wasn't
can't
that his
lead
first year he
defense
came back from his
with
big
those
injury?
5 steals again.
Steals a game don't mean nothing. Has
He's still
Stephen,
playing defense.
has Stephen Curry ever been considered a top 5 guard defender in the league?
No, but he's been slept on for that. KD has been slept on his defense.
Stephen Curry's been slept on for defense?
You fucking said that earlier.
No, I didn't. I made the argument before we started the podcast. Let me
You
just
have
clarify.
Grayson Allen stats.
Let me just clarify here. We were not
Still on-
recording. We were not recording, and I made the same point I'm gonna make right now, where you cannot watch steals per game because Stephen Curry led the league in steals per game. I forget what year it was, but he led the league in steals per game.
Like 2015.
Probably 2015, probably 2016, around that time when he won the MVP. But you don't look at that and say, "Oh my God, Stephen Curry was one of the best defenders in the league."
He's low key good at playing defense. Everyone,
They switch him off of everybody. There's a reason why Klay Thompson's always been considered a great two-way guard, is because anybody that Curry should have been guarding, they put Klay on.
it was Curry guard.
Curry's guarding whoever can't shoot.
There should be another good defender. Like there should always be another good offensive player on the other team.
I mean, I don't know.
Who,
During his prime was kind of tough.
matter of fact, fuck that. Tell me one time. Give me
You
Give me
motherfucker.
one offensive possession where Stephen Curry, you looked at it and oh my God, Curry locked him up. Give me one offensive
That's
possession.
crazy. You're pulling the card that I always play on Adrian.
Not even a game,
About being a
not
role-
even a season, not even a career. Give me one possession.
There's
Where-
times where I can't name you a time.
What times?
There's times where I can't name you a time.
You gotta look that up too.
That dude with the
Jacob, can you name us a
He's still
time?
giving us the Grayson Allen stats. We're still on one too.
Can you name
Yeah,
me a
so-
possession
Hold on.
where
Hold on.
Curry, oh my God, Curry locked him up?
We still need to go back to Grayson Allen real quick.
Exact, dude. We're so fucking far.
Friend of the podcast, Grayson Allen. We like you, Grayson. We're glad that you stopped tripping, guys. We're glad that you got that out of your system.
So, Grayson Allen this year, he was one of the best 3-point shooters, 46%
boom.
on 6 threes a game. His stats did not change when Bradley Beal went out. he still averaged 13, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists, which is not different from his regular season averages. So
Jacob, can you give us Bradley Beal's averages?
You need a
Jesus.
beer.
Yeah, sure, bro.
I'm sorry, Jacob. I've got you working double overtime here.
Bro,
I'm so sorry.
you were slurring like a you were slurring like you've been at the gambling table for too long, bro.
I have
Man.
had 5 twisted teas tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I had 2 buzz balls, and yet I am still more sound-minded than the
Jesus.
man who is trying to argue that Grayson Allen is a better player than Bradley Beal
Right now, we're not talking
in
about
2024.
right.
I'll argue in 2024 Bradley Beal was
There's
still
so
a better
many
player.
good players than Bradley.
All right, all right. Bradley Beal this year.
Didn't even make the All-Star team.
Give me
Did you watch Bradley Beal during that whole series?
I didn't watch him in the whole series, but I know who Bradley Beal is, and I watched him in 20. I watched him this year.
Name me 3 All-Stars that name
Those are all-stars.
non-All-Stars.
Okay, go.
Jamal Murray, Aaron Fox, and Sabonis. Those are 3 obvious ones.
Sabonis as a 2? Give me 3 non-all-star shooting
are-
guards that are better than Bradley Beal. Not even guards.
DeJounte Murray,
DeJounte Murray,
Jamal Murray,
Jamal Murray,
and then De'Aaron Fox.
Aaron Fox is a point guard.
He's a guard. You want me to give you a 2 guard?
Yes.
Kobe White.
Mm.
He's more.
Kobe White plays 1.
This year,
Where do you think
Oh,
Zach
wait.
Levine is playing? You think Zach Levine is playing the 4 or something? Where do you think Zach Levine is?
Kobe White is a 2. They have Io.
Io plays.
He plays 1.
You
Okay.
can say Harden's a good
Kobe
shooter.
White is more of a combo guard.
Fair point. I'll give
He's
you
a
that.
2.
Fair point. I'll give you that.
He's not no fucking point guard. There's no real point guard in this like fucking NBA besides Tyrese Halliburton.
But you think that Grayson Allen's better than Bradley Beal?
In
You think
this-
that if you
in
swap,
the Suns,
if you said hey, Bradley Beal, you're
I
gonna
just
go on the
think-
guard.
I just think we just have to see more Beal.
we
next
need more
season.
Bill. There's no, but he doesn't play more Bill.
But you think that if you said, hey, Bradley Beal, go to the bench, Grayson Allen, you start.
I think he does better
No,
on the bench.
I don't think they will do that.
They
They
would do
won't
that.
do that, but I think they should do that.
But you think that the Suns
It's like putting CP3 in the fucking bench for the Warriors,
which they should have.
but that kind of would help their team out
I think that the Warriors should have put
because they
DeAndre
have
on the
no
bench.
scoring. No, he is on the bench. He starts some games. Draymond's not in the fucking 25 games or
Maybe
whatever.
he was on the bench.
He was on the bench.
Ball knowledge question, ball knowledge fails. I'll give you that.
All right,
He
here.
was on.
I have Beal
I don't
stats.
watch
Can't
the
take
games because
Steph
I beat the Warrior.
I have Beal
You
stats.
can't take out Steph Curry. As much as I want Steph Curry, because Steph Curry honestly is a 2. He's more of a shooting guard to me than a point guard.
You're a Bulls fan, correct?
Right.
You better love Klay Thompson because that's where he's going to be playing.
He's not gonna be playing.
He will be playing for the
Okay.
Chicago Bulls next year, ladies and gentlemen.
I have
Very
Beal
representative.
stats. I have Beal stats. I have stats. He played 53
Nah.
games this year. He put up 18 points,
He's gonna,
4.5
the 2 teams he
rebounds,
wants to
and
be
5
on
assists.
Is the Warriors or the Lakers. His dad plays for the Lakers. He's been mentioned.
I know his dad played for the Lakers, but I
And
don't
it's like
think
Curry
that
saying, I wanted to play with the Hornets or the Warriors for the rest of my career.
you know who the Lakers needed and they didn't trade for. Oh boy, he was on the Kings and he went to the Pacers. Shooting guard, shoots the 3.
Kings and Pacers.
Are we talking?
I don't.
Buddy,
Buddy Hield.
buddy.
They
Buddy.
should have did that Buddy Hield trade.
It's been, but he's always in the fucking trade rumors, and then they never fucking do it. Rob Pelinka's a shitty GM.
He is. I agree with
The
that.
worst one. He's the only reason why he's on the fucking GM list, Kobe Bryant, because that was his agent.
Fourth agreement of the podcast that Rob Pelinka is a bad GM.
Worse.
Hot
I mean, we
take.
said that before too. We had a. His cousin is a huge Lakers fan, for his
Yeah.
whole life.
Yeah.
Was he born in LA?
He's from LA.
Jacob.
Yeah, he's from LA.
Oh, my speaker died.
Oh, that's
Oh,
why y'all couldn't
no.
hear me.
Whatever he said.
Yo,
Jacob, we can't hear you.
that's
We
why y'all
haven't
couldn't
been-
hear me, bro. Oh my
Heard you.
god. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Bro, I was over here trying to read off Beal's stats for 5 minutes, bro.
All right,
I had his.
So one moment. Let's give Jacob the floor. What are Bradley Beal's stats?
Okay, so he played 53 games, put up 18 points, 4.5 rebounds, and 5 assists.
How many points?
18.
5 assists. Do you think Grayson Allen gives you
It's
that
just
kind of playmaking?
one over. Oh, we had this spoken on the
Games of the
podcast. Here,
season.
look. We had this spoken on the podcast. We had Suns fans talk about it, and they were trying to push Bradley Beal to play point guard.
He should.
I think Devin Booker was better at point guard.
No,
Yes.
I disagree, but continue.
I think he had less turnovers this year.
Well, we had also even though Bradley Beal had better stats, but we've seen Devin Booker play point guard, and he's really well at doing it. He's a good combo guard.
As a degenerate gambler, I can attest that Bradley Beal made me a lot of money off of assists. A lot of money off of assists.
But that's not his role. I'd rather have him being a shooting guard and just shoot them damn shots that he always does in the
Off of the bench?
He could do anything.
Devin Booker is he's the starting 2. So if he is not on the floor as a 1, then you put him at the 2.
I've seen him play the 1 with CP3 was out. He does fucking good. He did good against the Clippers last year as a starting 1.
So you're the Suns GM. And you're looking at your team. You're saying, okay, I want Beal on the bench. I want him to come in and just shoot shots. You take Grayson Allen over Bradley Beal?
Yeah, the defense. The fucking defense. Who the fuck is guarding? Just Devin Booker. Just Devin Booker.
You think that
Bradley Beal doesn't give you any defense, but just fucking shooting the damn ball.
You think Grayson Allen's a better defender than Bradley Beal?
Yes. Hands down, he is.
I need to see opponent field goal percentage against these two men. I need to see so much.
I don't think
because eye test alone will tell you that Grayson Allen don't play no defense.
He's a 3-and-D guard.
Okay, I think this episode's gone on long enough. We can keep yapping. But just to put a lid on the episode, does anybody have any closing remarks before we get out of here?
The Boston Celtics win the championship. That's my closing remark. The Boston Celtics win
the Knicks in 6.
The championship. Sophia, I love you. I want to reiterate that once again.
PJ, you got anything?
Nah, like Jesus, I'm gonna go with Simpson 7.
All right. All right. Well, this has been one hell of an episode. I have a lot of editing to do. If you're still watching an hour and a half in, thank you so much. Hit subscribe. You may as well. Until next time.
Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, we love you. Thank you so much for supporting the podcast. I will be back. Jesus will be back. This has been fun. I've had a great time. Yeah. Jacob, thank you for having me. Paul, thank you for having me.
Thank you guys for being on.
Excellent. It's been so much fun.
Yeah. All right. Peace out, y'all.